Control, come in. Control, come in.
Eh? You look familiar.
It's Mark, remember?
Yes. No. I can barely hear you. Speak up! What was your name again?
It's Mark. You were going to give me a history lesson.
Yes. History lesson. Right. The Chiznьяма live to the north of us, in Zozo. They're building another newfangled contraption to take them away from this place. The first one they built crashed over in Vesta.
That's interesting. Have you heard of the array?
Yes, the array is what brought on our doom, dragged the Penrose into the world. I visited the pylon in Slag once. There were 3 of them. 2 pylons in Vesta, 1 in Slag. Tulip loved Vesta. She was much younger than me, pretty as a tulip. No way such a looker would fancy the dirt-poor son of a preacher. I watched her from a distance. Each week she would travel between towns, peddling her trinkets. I would chase the trains all over, just to keep close to her. I played it casual, got myself cleaned up all nice, hoped she would notice my spiffy new clothes. She didn't. Where was I? Did I tell you how I met Tulip?
Yes.
I need to rest. Come back later.
What are you looking at?
The winds of the grassy plains ripple through our minds like a still pond disturbed by a tiny pebble. Are you that pebble, gentle traveler? Because even a tiny pebble can cause great waves given enough time, and we do not wish to drown.
Are you the Chизньяма?
I am Numpilo, mother of health. I am Cheese. Behind me is Owito, son of the earth, who is also Cheese, and Chaka, who is Yama. We are Chiznyama to those that sit outside of our circle. To those who cannot see that a spirit is not one, but many. And now that you know who we are, and you know who you are, our lives have become entwined like a thread stitched in the fabric of our world.
I'm here to build relationships with new friends. I hope we can help each other.
And so, the ripple in the small pond comes to lap at the edge of the lake. We are always grateful to those that offer us help. Love can spread through the world like a wildfire if we pass on those embers through deeds of kindness. It so happens that we are seeking the help of someone who travels outside our homeland. But before we ask a favor of you, it is only fair to ask if there is any shadow on your life that we may cast a light upon.
I heard you have a tether device.
Ah, the ripples of our past deeds have spread to the current moment in time. We do possess a tether. Now, if you could answer a question from us, gentle stranger. The only others who know of our tether are the Hanasi in the city ruins. The winds have swept up many things in the past. Leaves, dust, the scent of fresh herbs and flowers. We read the wind like others read books. Even the twitch of the great lost Tokoloshi's ears holds clues to our future. And with the storm clearly brewing in the distance, it is a surprise to hear that the Hanasi would tell a stranger of this.
It took some convincing, but he eventually agreed to help me.
Well, perhaps they were right to trust you with this information. It would seem that you are a man of worldly talents.
So, can you help me get this tether device?
Anyone wishing to come into our village is required to perform a selfless act for the tribe. Recover a lost treasure, help a fellow tribesmate, or show an example of great bravery. The last man to try and enter our village vowed to bring us the lost Tokoloshi. He failed, and still he wanders the vast world, never knowing the joy of joining with us. The traveler before him tried to set up a small Chiznьяма outpost in the south, but they were never heard from again. And when the first Yama split from the Hanasi to join us, they proved their worth in battle and even brought us the tether device.
If there's a way I can help you, I will try.
This brings us much joy. We cannot tell you which path to travel. The winds will guide you and the old gods will whisper to you if you listen. Perhaps we will see you again, Mark Leslie. Perhaps.
Jaar heeft maar get het home.
Hurry up.
These hats are still good, eh, Mark?
Ishmael?
Hey, fuck up. Oh, it's you and your dog. You look a bit more at home now, eh? Not so much like a newborn giraffe stumbling around.
Last time we spoke, you said you were looking for something for the Chiznьяма. An animal.
Yeah, they're beast. Klein, green and brown, squeaky dung. They thought I wanted a place in their village. I just like to hunt.
Where did you last see it?
Without my hunting bug, it's hard to find the small things. I haven't seen it, but other trackers say it likes seawater. I built a trap to catch small animals, but I'm not someone gonna trap something I'm not gonna eat.
I need some help. Could I use that trap? I'll make it up to you.
Oh, sure. It's weighing me down here. Take it. Not sure what bait you could use. But if you get the thing into the trap, it'll close up lekker quick. If you end up catching it, let me know what it tastes like.
So, Mocky, I've been thinking about something. Let's just stay here. We don't have to go back. This place might not be home, but we can make it work.
If we go back, we can stop all of this from happening. People will listen to us when we show them what could happen.
And do you think they would actually believe us? They'd put us in a padded room.
We'll have evidence. We'll bring things from this time back to ours. I have all the info that we copied before we were brought here.
Okay, but what has that place ever done for us? It just hurts us. We've got nothing to go back to there.
And what about all the people we could save?
Those people had their chance. What about all of these people?
Don, those people who died didn't have to die.
You really think we could stop all of these wars?
I don't know, but we have to try.
Okay, Mark, I'm with you. You know that. I'm always with you.
No.
Control. Come in. Over. So sad to see these planes rusting away.
The winds have blown you back to us, and with our lost okoloshi. Chaka here doubted your turn, but I told him that I saw in you a man of conviction, a man with the blood of the old gods in him, gods of wind and fire and earth.
Now that I've helped you out, could we discuss the tether device?
You must learn to savor the delights the world has to offer, Mark Leslie. Come inside. Stay a while. We can talk face to face.
Entry granted. A full transport and 3 occupants.
It smells so nice in here.
Keep up the pace.
You will see.
I don't think this is up to code, eh?
What are they building?
All of these workers seem intoxicated.
Welcome, Mark Leslie, to the homeland of the Chiznьяма. It is thanks to you that we are one step closer to leaving this place, to join with the old gods in Ayal. While you may not be Chiz or Yama in body, your deeds have bound you closer to us, wrapped you in the warm blanket of fellowship and understanding.
Thanks for letting me into your village.
Consider this a place where you can set your head down and rest from your many travels. Now that you have proven your worth to us, perhaps we can show our worth to you. The winds have told us of your dealings with the Hanasi. We know it is no coincidence that you have arrived in our lives after talking to Othi.
I'm here to talk about the herb of Hanasi.
It's not surprising that Othi sent an emissary who is not a Nasi. They are very weak-willed, but it would have been a blessing to have another worker to continue building the ark.
Are the Hanasi here your slaves?
Slave is a terrible word, and there's no place among followers of the old gods. The Hanasi here are indentured to us. They give us the sweat of their brows constructing our ark, and we provide them with the herb they need.
Can you tell me more about this ark of yours?
When we were Chiz, we spoke with a memory walker. He told us of Layal, home to the old gods. We scoured many memory walkers over time and discovered designs for the ark. A great vessel that could carry us into Layal to meet the old gods. We tried once before, but the portal spawner would not allow something the size of the ark to travel to Layal. The portal spawner tore open a hole in space, but the ark that was meant to travel through it crashed. That was generations ago. When we returned to our homeland, we discovered that it had been stripped bare, broken down, burned to ash. So we erected this ancient bar shield to keep ourselves safe while we constructed the new ark.
And the tether?
When we uncovered the bar shield, we read about the array and the tether device. The tether device inside the array possessed technology that would allow something immense to travel across the void into Leon.
Is there any chance of a deal between you and Uti? Any chance for peace?
We are always open to negotiate. But while Othi searches for the gateway to Leal, she cannot be trusted. If you can help us find the gateway first, we will open negotiations with the Othi. Over generations, the location has been lost. To know where the gateway to Leal has been torn open, that information would be invaluable to us. Bring us that, and you shall have your tether. Now go. Mark Leslie, we look forward to speaking with you again.
Battery recharging.
Your essence flows like the waters of the great Orange River. Caesar welcomes you, Mark Leslie. Some of your deeds have reached my ears, their prophecies being fulfilled. This brings great joy to a follower of the Dalan.
What prophecies have been fulfilled?
I cannot speak more about this. If I do, it may change the very balance of this world. In fact, Caesar has said too much already. Please, leave.
Battery recharging.
Human male.
Narchi, how's it?
It is the human from before. Archie must apologize for before. We and us had to go to sleep.
Oh, that's okay, Narchi. I asked a lot of questions. You must have been tired.
We and us are tired, yes. But the antenna must work. Always. In case Home Tree calls us. If they call and Narchi answers, maybe they will come to fetch me and us. And Narchi can go home.
You told me about someone taking your transponder. Who was it?
Loose lips. A friend. She was sad. Narchi tried to make her happy. We spoke about the light and the warmth. We spoke about the grass and the red sand. We spoke about the wind and the crisp leaves. She had to leave Home Tree when she had too much drink. They broke her transponder. She was outcast. She could not return. We just offered to share Narchi's transponder. Take turns to use it. She took it away for herself while we were in the dark. The Hanasi say she's gone to the cattle. Archie has heard it is nice there. Maybe when she comes to get Narchi, we and us can go there also.
Warning! Overheating! Please initiate cool down mode.
Back into the dark. Tell me, human man, what is it like there where you stand? In the light?
It's pretty. Yeah, there's golden sunlight peeking through shreds of cloud in a wide blue sky. Grasses and flowers are growing, and there's a warm shimmer in the air.
Huh. That sounds nice. That sounds very nice.
Commencing cool down mode. Human male, average build.
Loose lips.
Shoo! Please lower your voice, human man. My head is sore. How did you hear that name?
Narchi at the Hanasi fortress told me.
Nachi is a good cakus, a lucky drone. Any cakus that becomes a drone is a lucky cakus. They don't have to carry this weight, this useless husk of flesh with them.
You think Narchi is lucky? He didn't seem too happy about losing his body.
That is because he has forgotten what it feels like to be trapped inside one's own body. To have arms that cannot move. To have legs that cannot feel the tips of their toes brushing over the tallest grass. We gave up so much for this. So much.
So your people weren't always like this?
Accessing memory files. Please be patient.
Generations ago we lived as nomads, always walking, wandering from the grasslands of Zhao Zhao to the volcanic rocks of Slag. To own a Caicus map was the highest honor. We charted the course of the Wardens, even finding the soft tears in space for them to travel through. As the ether started to close in on our world, we were exposed to far too much of it. The rainbow death followed us, taking our elderly, taking our children. We fled to the forests of Saxonwold, making our home in the tall trees, fearful that the ether would again rob us of our past and our future. Inside those trees, we found a transmitter, a direct link to the Dulan. Some even thought it could be a link to Doris' self. The Dulan encouraged us to explore even further, to leave the safety of the treetops.
How did you know it was the voice of the Dullahan?
When you are given a gift from the gods, you do not question it.
And this voice told you to leave and to carry on making maps?
Accessing memory files. Please be patient.
Yes, we wanted to stay in the treetops, but the call to travel the world was too loud to ignore. The Dullahan told us to ask the Flay for some spare drones to help us travel and avoid the ether. But soon we began to rely on the drones for everything. To move, to hunt, to explore. The ether made us weak. It made us need the drones even more. Even our children were born weak. Then the darkness took us, took our eyes, took the feeling in our skin. It didn't even leave us our tongues. We have lost everything. We do not even have our own language anymore. Without these drones, we are empty husks. We shut down the voice of the Dullahan, turned away from our god, and we stayed in those trees.
How do I get access to the Caicus maps?
You cannot. Only Caicus can access Home Tree. Other organics are not allowed. Even if a Caicus with a faulty transponder tries to enter, the drones will open fire.
A Caicus transponder?
Warning! Potential to compromise home tree security.
A Caicus transponder tells other drones that you are Caicus. Mine broke, so I could not return to Home Tree. So when Nachi was in maintenance mode, I took his.
You planning on ever going back to Home Tree?
I don't know. I don't think so. I cannot go back. We have failed our god. Here, take it. I do not want it. I do not need it. Please, take it far away from me.
Short-term dormancy in progress. Shutting down higher brain functions. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Even with the transponder, your flesh will peel from your bones if you go through that door. Turn on the transponder. I'll link to it and enter home tree myself.
You sure, Pooch? It could be dangerous up there.
No more dangerous than anything else we have done so far. I appreciate the concern, civilian, but this is my mission. Slow and steady, Pooch. Can't go in there. Come on, Pooch. Don't let your team down.
Eh? Hello?
Hello, Shongololo.
Where were we? Ah, yes. Hello? Are you there?
Yes, old timer. I'm right here. Please go on.
Yes. The Ascendancy is the name for the tribulationist hierarchy. Darius at the top, living on the Penrose, hanging over Babel. Beneath him, the priests, watching over the games or plotting their schemes. Then the witnesses and the flock. Flocks of birds keep me up at night, all their flapping and their chirping.
I need to know about Babel. Please, Shongololo.
Babel was formed before the doom. It rose from the ocean floor, just as mysteriously as the Penrose appeared. The Ascendancy claimed the new landmass when the First War began. They carved it into an effigy of Darius and the Wanderer. The Temple of Babel can be reached, but only through a warden. Only an agnet can give you that access, which they never will. Tulip loved to gaze at the lights of Babel across the ocean. I got a job cleaning the trains. Tulip married a rich man and had children. 2 girls and a boy. I worked my way up to ticket collector, then signal maintainer, and finally conductor.
Does this story have a fucking end?
I ferried Tulip and her family around for a decade. She was lovely. Have I told you how lovely she was? Then her husband died in a nasty accident. Tulip traveled by train to his funeral.
This doesn't sound like it has a happy ending.
Direct hit from an energy weapon vaporized the passenger car. My Tulip vanished in a soft red mist. I was the conductor of that very train. I need to rest.
What was that girl's name in school? The one on the hockey team?
Yeah, Marita Meyer.
Marita Meyer. The Meyer sisters. I always liked her. She would share her salmis with me when Mom didn't make lunch.
When did Mum ever skip on making lunch?
Well, never, but Marita didn't know that. I got to share lunch with a pretty girl and eat a bit extra.
Charlize was at nursing school with Marita. She went to work at Baragwanath Hospital.
I can imagine those two being friends. They both loved animals. I thought she would become a vet.
Yeah, they both wanted to help people.
Charlize patched me up a few times, eh? She was a good person. Always nice to me.
Ah, she was. And she loved you, Don. She really did.
I loved her, Marky. I miss her.
We've still got a lot of ground to cover. Let's go.
The pebble returns to the pond. The plants surrounding our humble village have seemed a little brighter since you came into our lives. We trust that your travels have been fruitful. Is there any way that our spirit circle can help your spirit circle?
What can you tell me about the Caicus? Have you had any dealings with them?
That is a sad story. We have made mistakes in the past. Mistakes that caused the Caicus Collective to cut off contact with us. They are truly children of the old gods, born of metal and flesh and forged in the ether. We miss them and their insights into the world.
What happened?
A misunderstanding that set the Caicus on a different path. Before we went into hiding behind our shield, we placed transmitters around the world to ensure we could still commune with the old gods. Our holy shrine of communication is at the center of our village. The Caicus discovered one of our transmitters in the forests of Saxonwold.
And you thought, hey, let's impersonate their god.
The Julahan is a false god. The Caicus were searching for meaning, for purpose in their lives. We gave it to them. They wanted to explore the world again, to search for new places and make new discoveries. Through the Caicus, the old gods had provided us with a way to search for Leal while we remained protected.
People aren't tools for you to just use and throw away.
We see that now. It is our greatest shame. We wish for forgiveness. When we discovered we could control the Caicus drones directly, we began to use them as our eyes and ears to the world outside of our shield. We pray the old gods understand our desperation. We left the Kekas in the ether for too long, pushed them further and further, and soon the voice of the Dullahan fell silent. They have been quiet ever since. This is our sin. Please do not think less of us. We were longing to find our gods and rebuild our tribe.
If you're so remorseful, why do you still have the transmitter in your village?
The transmitter is no longer connected to the Kekas. If you do not believe us, please look for yourself. We have nothing to hide. Pray do not think less of us for this. It hurts to speak of. Please, leave us to once again beg forgiveness from the old gods.
Holy shit, this is weird. So high up.
Mark, I think we should give this to the Hanasi. They have an addiction. They just want to live normal lives.
I appreciate your concerns, but I haven't made any decisions yet.
Just think about what I'm saying then. If we don't give it to them, they'll be stuck in the same situation, only with no leverage against the Chiznyama. I don't trust those Oze. Something about them. They're drug dealers, Mark. And worse, they're making drugs that give the Hanasi false hope. They're holding the memories of their families hostage with this stuff. Just think about it before you make a choice. Give the data to Uthi. He just wants to take care of her people. He wants to give them hope. Don't take that away from them.
The Chiznyama want to leave. They just want to get out of here. We can help them do that.
Thanks, Pooch. But I haven't made any decisions yet.
The Chiznyama are afraid of what the Hanasi will do to them. They don't feel safe here anymore. They've locked themselves away for protection, and now they want to leave a place that doesn't want them. You can make that happen. Please, Mark, help them leave.
Yeah.
This would be a nice place to build a little house.
Slow down!
Need to rest.
I'm detecting red mercury in here.
What in the heavens?
Hello. Can you understand me? Can you speak? M-A-R-K, Mark. And you? Do you have a name? Okay. Right, let's get out of here.
When all this is over and we're back home, I've got an idea. I've always wanted my own game farm. Nothing big, just some bucks, some ostriches, maybe my own chickens.
Farmer Don Leslie. Oh, I don't know if I can see it.
You're right. It's a stupid idea. Just a dream.
Doesn't have to be just a dream. I think you could do it.
Well, maybe we could do it together. Even Pooch can come. I think we can make a good team. You know, if you want to. Leslie Brothers Farm. There's a nice ring to it.